Good day, everyone. Welcome to the 360 show this coming week. It's all IPL. It's the new season 2025 starting this coming Saturday, the 22nd of March. And I think back of the golden days of me playing in the IPL. What exciting times those were. Getting on a plane, hopping over to Bangalore and joining the RCB squad is also always one of my highlights. Arriving there at the team hotel, pure excitement, pure joy, and so much energy in that unit when we always got together as a team. And the trick was always to keep that energy throughout the duration of the IPL, which not a lot of teams get right. We got it right sometimes, but often not. And KKR certainly managed to do that last year, as they will be defending their title starting this coming Saturday against RCB. It's all talk about the IPL in the 360 show this week. Let's go. All right, guys, we'll be covering all the teams of the IPL in this week's episode of the 360 show, starting with the winners of last year and moving down the order to whoever finished bottom of the log, and I'm sure you know who that was. Anyway, the defending champions, Kolkata Knight Riders, they will be playing RCB in the opening match of this season, 2025. That's for the IPL, right? This coming Saturday at Eden Gardens. Great start for them to start at home in front of their home crowd, who will be very excited with them being defending champions, and will definitely urge KKR on to go and do it again. Let's start off then, have a look at the probable starting 11 or 12. Captained by Ajinkya Rahane. It was a bit of a surprise. Lots of media talk about where is he going to bat, and if he does play all the games, does that restrict them a little bit or not? Remember Sunil Narine, Quinny de Kock up the order. So Rahane in the middle order, that is quite interesting, but he has got the talent and the potential to up his game and up that strike rate if need be. It's always nice, in my opinion, to have a solid batter in that middle order, a guy who doesn't necessarily always try and eat the cover of the ball, but always sort of playing the situation, similar to a Virat, a Steve Smith, Kane Williamson, and so many others who keep the innings together. They have the potential to up that strike rate if need be, but generally 9 out of 10 times their role is to keep things together, keep it calm and composed out there, and make sure there's no collapse in the batting department. This team's strengths, guys, will be they are defending champions. They've got momentum. They have confidence. They know what it takes to win the trophy now. They have a lot of experience in Dreira, Sunil Narine, Rahane, we've mentioned. Venki Iyer has had a fantastic season, and they had to fight to keep him there, as a lot of teams were eyeing him. So he'll come in with a lot of confidence. Rinku Singh, we've seen finishing innings in great style, and he's someone to keep an eye on. A nice balance, I feel, in the bowling department as well. Nothing incredibly big stands out to me there, but just a good balance and a team that knows how to play at Eden Gardens. They've also travelled pretty well last year. Anrich Nortje, one of the weaknesses, I would say, is his injury, and they would have loved to have him in that starting lineup. Brings pure fire and pace in the bowling department. Unfortunately, he has struggled with injuries for quite a while now. It would be great to see him in the park, but it is unlikely to see him play all the games. For them, strategy-wise, just to continue the success, the game plan and the blueprint that they've created over the last season, and carry that into 2025 without being complacent. A possible flaw for them is being complacent and feeling or thinking that it's just going to happen. And in the IPL, like we've seen in past years, it doesn't just happen. Let's move on to lost in the finals then last year. The Sunrisers, Hyderabad, captained by Pat Cummins. I'll start with a weakness right there. Injury concern. Same as KKR with Anrich Nortje, but this time for SRH, it is their captain, the stalwart Pat Cummins, the fast bowler, the guy who also scores runs when they need him at the back end. All-round great player from Australia. There are some injury concerns there. I do feel they will overcome it, as I don't think the injuries are too serious for Pat Cummins. So I'm pretty sure we'll see him for the majority of the games on the park for SRH. Also, lots of reason for them to be confident. They've had a couple of good seasons now. Frustration definitely around, as they haven't had the ability to cross the line in the finals, in the big games when it mattered most. They looked like the strongest team throughout the season, and then right at the end just found a way to sort of dip a little bit with their performance. But what a fantastic batting lineup, guys. There's a lot of power here. Travis said, Abhishek Sharma. As we quickly have a look at the possible starting 12, we know Heinrich Klaasen is there. Nitish Kumar Reddy, we've seen some great form from him. Ishan Kishan as well will take the gloves, I believe. A fantastic left-hander came across from Mumbai Indians. Just a great player. Very good balance there in the batting department. Injury concern, Pat Cummins. But the bowlers is what I want to talk about. I thought they made some really good moves in the auction with regards to the bowling lineup. Mohammad Shami, Harshal Patel, very experienced campaigners, wicket takers under pressure. And that's where you win games of cricket. If you have bowlers that can take you wickets when it matters most at the back end, when there's a big partnership in the middle, or with a new ball up front, and that's what Harshal Patel and Mohammad Shami will bring to the party. Also, Rahul Chahar and Adam Zampa, lots of experience there, a bit of X factor. Leg spinners, it's great to see them in that lineup as well, as I do believe this will be very close to the starting lineup, guys. Coached by Daniel Vittori, also a very experienced campaigner. I know he feels confident about their chances of playing well again. What I like about this side is they found a way to be consistent. They know how to play in Hyderabad. They take full advantage of that flat wicket with a strong batting lineup. And now this year, they've got even more experience in the bowling department, which bodes well for their season. Let's move on to the pink team, R&R, Rajasthan Royals, that is captained by Sanju Samson. Also injury concern. It's been a bit of a trend with the main players in this year's IPL. He's got some sore fingers, so we don't know if he's going to start wicket-keeping straight away. We'll find out soon enough, that's for sure, because they are playing on Sunday against Sunrisers Hyderabad, the team we just covered now. That is the 23rd of March, and it will be a 3:30 p.m. start. It's a day match, which will be great to see. Looking forward to that. They have won the IPL before, guys, in 2008, but that's so long ago that I don't know if they remember how to win this trophy. They've come close over the last few years. Lots of excitement when you look at the squad, the probable starting lineup. There's a lot of talent in this team. A little bit spin heavy, perhaps. Very strong spin department, but they might be lacking outright pace, as I don't see a lot of pace, except for Jofra Archer, who's also had some injury concerns. So if they can have him on the park for the entire tournament, that will really, really help. As I've put him into my probable starting team, but then really holding thumbs for him to play all the games this season, which will really help the pace department for them. Weaknesses, I've mentioned Archer's fitness already, and I think that's the only one, as maybe the other weakness will be not knowing how to cross the line. They've had a couple of consistent seasons now in a row, but definitely a weakness is that finishing act, right? At the back end, the big games. Do they have the firepower in this team to go all the way and not run out of steam as they've done in the last while? But definitely strengths there. Sanju Samson, if he's in good form with Jaiswal, Riyan Parag, absolutely fantastic batters. Dhruv Jarrell will definitely hold the batting lineup together. Hetmeyer, we know, we've seen take the bowlers apart. And also a quick mention for Hasaranga, the Sri Lankan X-Factor spinner. Good team. Let's see how they fare. Who finished fourth? My favorites. And they had the unboxing event in this week. Was incredibly exciting for me because I heard ABD there again. Wow, I was taken aback big time, and want to thank all my RCB supporters and fans for still remembering me and not forgetting. Thank you very much, and I'll hopefully return to the Chinnaswamy soon to come and say hi to all of you and support my RCB team. Big changes. It's a new look RCB side, and that excites me a lot. I think they made some really good moves in the auction, and also with regards to the leadership, as Patidar will be captaining this season, guys. He's got great experience around him. Not only Virat, who I've spoken about in length, but Virat will be right behind him, no doubt about it. But look at that, Liam Livingston, Phil Salt, and so many others that will be there to help him in trying times. Also, Josh Hazelwood brings a bit of a Australian flavour to the party, right? Just a good team. I like the balance of the side this year. I've briefly spoken to Andy Flower a month or two ago and told him that I like the balance of this team, and he said he's very satisfied and very confident, quietly confident going into the season. One weakness that stands out to me as I look at this probable starting 12 is the travel schedule. A little bit worried about them hopping around the tournament. It is a plus point if you're playing good cricket. So if they start well, it will work in their favour, and they'll start believing that's part of the winning recipe, is to jump around, to keep them together as a team and to keep that culture strong. But you need a good team who have a lot of composure and calmness to achieve that. Opportunities for Kohli to use his experience to guide Patidar, but also the whole batting lineup. We've seen him in good form in the Champions Trophy recently, and that excited me incredibly much. I can't wait to watch Virat play at the IPL this year. Lots of criticism, by the way, from the media, the journalists, saying he doesn't bat fast enough. In last season, he was a bit slower apparently than normal. I feel he's batting perfectly well. His strike rate is spot on. And having the likes of Phil Salt, Liam Livingstone, Jacob Bethel, Tim David around him, I mean, there's no need for Virat to take a lot of risks. He can just guide the innings, keep things together, alongside Patidar, who plays in a similar fashion, but maybe have a little bit more firepower at the back end. It's just a really good combination here in the batting department with Virat there in the middle. For him, I feel he just needs to bat time. Spend time there. There's a lot of firepower around him, and I'm pretty sure they will go well. So, guys, I think they got hold of really good experienced players. Bhuvi Kumar, I've spoken about Bhuvi in length, really calling out for RCB to get him, and I'm very happy to say they did manage to get him. Will this be the year, RCB fans? Bengaluru, Chinnaswamy, let's go, guys. I feel this might just be the year, as I really like the balance of this team. It's an adaptable team who can play in any conditions. As we've seen the Chinnaswamy wicket change from time to time. Very flat wicket, 230 score. The next game, 140 all out. And you need to have the team and the balance to adapt to different strategies, especially also with their schedule. Traveling a lot, you need to be able to chop and change. And Andy Flower, with his experience, alongside with Virat Kohli, Patidar, will make sure they get the right team on the park at all times. Missing out narrowly to the knockout stages last year, the Yellow Army, CSK. The likely team there, looking good. I'm not overly excited about this team, but as I've said before, they've always managed to find a way to come close. Whether they win it or make the knockouts, they generally don't miss out on the knockout stages. Ruturaj Gaikwad, as captain, MS Dhoni also there. Still great to see him going strong and stronger than ever, maybe having more of an impact on his team than ever, I believe. Just an incredible addition to that team. And it's great to see him. They're part of the furniture of the Yellow Army, right? What amazing longevity from MS Dhoni. Good side, Rachin Ravindra, there's no doubt in my mind that he should be playing. So I don't know what they're going to do with the New Zealand pair there up front. I can't see both of them playing. Is it going to be Conway, who's also had a really good track record, or Ravindra, who's had a fantastic Champions Trophy and just looks like the future, right? It's going to be difficult to look past him, as he seems to have a bit more firepower than Conway. But let's see what the Yellow Army decide there. Shivam Dube, quick mention on him. He's played some really good cricket. He's won some games for the Yellow Jerseys, and I'm very sure he's going to maintain that kind of form. Ravi Jadeja, Ravi Ashwin, great to see him there. They're getting the furniture, some of those couches back, right? And it's good to see the familiar faces there. Maybe a bit of concern in the depth of the bowling department, the seam bowlers, that is. We know the spinners play their role and they know what they're doing over there, Ashwin and Jadu, and I'm pretty sure they will win some games, but they might be lacking some depth in the seam bowling department. Will they be around at the back end, guys? Tough to say. It's going to be close, as I don't think this is one of the top 3-4 most talented teams. But does talent win you the IPL? And the answer is generally no. So we'll see what they come up with there. Lots of strength in the side, guys. And the main strength stands out to me. Experience, especially at the Chepauk Stadium. Moving on, Delhi Capitals. Also lots of changes. Only kept a few players, retained a few players. So lots of new faces, as we see old former RCB captain there, Faf du Plessis. But a good side. It looks like a really good balanced team. Let's have a look at this probable starting 11. Fraser McGurk. Look, first of all, I thought Faf was not going to play. I thought he was going to find it really difficult to get games in this team. But then Harry Brook pulled out. It was going to be very difficult for me to see Faf in that side with Harry Brook around. But he's gone. And this is like a really good, I think, outcome for Faf, because I think he's going to play all the games now. A really good balanced team. I think it's a side that can win you the tournament. But just through past experiences, past results, the confidence will be lacking a bit, I feel. Captain Akshar Patel, relatively fresh in that role, but we know he's a fighter and a good all-round player who also had a great Champions Trophy and one of the unsung heroes in that Indian setup, in my opinion. Good to see him there, and maybe he will have a point to prove. It's a new team with only 4 retained players, and that's potentially the downfall for them in the season. When will they find their feet? How will they go about their strategy? Will they just come out firing, or will they try and find that blueprint first? Great to see Mitchell Starc there as well, who's played with me at RCB before, and hopefully he stays fit. Similar story to Pat Cummins and a few other players with injury niggles, which is also a bit of a concern for Delhi Capitals. Is Mitchell Starc? Will he play all the games? If he does, great for them. Kuldeep Yadav, guys, he's a game changer. He's a game breaker, and good to see him there. Tristan Stubbs as well, firepower. Good all-round side. I don't know if they have what it takes to go all the way. It will be a close call. It's all about the teams that can find that rhythm early on in the tournament, but then maintain it. Can they keep the fuel in the tank? In the past experiences, past tournaments, Delhi Capitals have not been able to do so. I'm coming close a couple of times, but just running out of fuel towards the back end of the tournament. And only the great teams find a way to have their best for last, save their best for last. Alrighty, moving on then, guys. Lucknow Super Giants, Rishabh Pant. It's all about Pant. You remember his tweets, sort of luring the fans into saying, I might be moving. Where will I be going? What will my prize be? Well, the answers are here now. Under Justin Lange's coaching strategies, I think Rishabh Pant will be great. Up the order there as captain, alongside Aiden Markram, Mitchell Marsh. Just a good team. Look at that probable side, guys. Also a really good balanced side. But I do feel batting depth in those middle overs might be a bit of a concern. Is there enough firepower to take the game forward? I'm not too sure about that. But lots of strengths in Nicholas Puran, Ravi Bishnoi, Mayank Yadav. If fit, and obviously Pant's captaincy, a little bit out the box. He's a cheeky guy. He's in the ears of the batters all the time. And he will be very confident and positive with his bowling team, telling them what to do. I'll give my predictions towards the back end, but we'll see how this team fares. One of the strongest teams of this year's IPL, in my opinion, and I thought they had a really good auction as well. That is Gujarat Titans, under the captaincy of Shubman Gill, who also fresh off that Champions Trophy win for India, will come in with a lot of confidence. What I like about him as captain, he's very calm, very composed. He hardly breaks a sweat when he bats out there, which always bodes well in a fast tournament, electric tournament like the IPL. Can your captain stay cool? Look at MS Dhoni over there as Rohit Sharma. Successful captains who are very cool under pressure, and I feel Gill is one of those guys. Getting Josh Butler there next to him, I mean, I'm licking my lips as a batting fan to see the two of them open the batting. Sai Sudarshan, we've seen him play really well as he's still young, guys, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. Glenn Phillips, the catching machine, the new Jonty Rhodes. Good to see him in the middle order. KG Rabada, Rashid Khan. Too many names to mention, but this is a firepower team, and I really feel they have a good opportunity to make the knockouts once again. But the middle overs, similar to Lucknow Super Giants, maybe lacking a bit of firepower in the middle overs for the batters. And that's where they might need some of the top order to make sure they play the gel kind of role, like a Virat Kohli, Steve Smith, Kane Williamson. I've mentioned those names before. Can they have those top three, one of them in all the games, to be there in overs 14, 15, 16, to make sure they don't run out of steam, as they have a lot of all-rounders in that middle overs and the middle department of the batting. All right, that is Gujarat Titans for you. Moving on then to Punjab Kings. Shreyas Iyer, great to see him there. It's a good team, this guy's. Ricky Ponting, we saw him making a lot of changes in the auction. I thought they had a good auction, considering this team has had very little success over the years. They almost start fresh. Yuzi Chahal, I mean, I so badly wanted him at RCB, and I see him featuring here in my probable starting 11. It's sad, but also exciting for him, as he's got a new challenge ahead of him under the coaching of Ricky Ponting and also Shreyas Iyer as captain. I also really enjoy Shreyas Iyer's captaincy strategies. He had some really good success in the last few years, and now find himself with a big challenge ahead with a fresh team at the Punjab Kings. But remember, never underestimate Ricky Ponting, guys. The stalwart Australian legend, great, who I feel will have some really good game plans up his sleeve for this team. Their strengths certainly lie with Shreyas Iyer, Yuzi Chahal, Arshdeep Singh. Very strong Indian flavour there. They know what they're doing. But can they make their home ground an advantage, like all the other past IPL champions have done? That is the big question. Do they have enough confidence, enough ability, enough attitude in this team? And that is up to Shreyas Iyer. I'm pretty sure Ricky Ponting will drive that. But does Shreyas have that kind of ability to take this team and say, we make our home ground our fortress, and when we travel, we become a very dangerous team? Also, Maxwell there is toying us a bit of Aussies there. Obviously, no surprise with Ricky Ponting as coach. Marco Jansen, also South African, really, really strong future prospect for South Africa, but also for Punjab Kings. If he's got a good tournament here, Harpreet Brar, also Arshdeep Singh, left armers. Lots of left armers, which I feel will be one of their strengths as well in the bowling department. And finishing up with the bottom of the loggers from last year, you guessed it, it's MI. I left them for last for a reason as well, as I believe this team's got a good chance to go all the way this year. I really do. I feel they have a fantastic balance, really firepower side. Not captained by Rohit Sharma, but Hardik Pandya. Rohit coming fresh off a lot of trophies, but I still feel it's a good move to keep the consistency. They still have Rohit there to help with leadership decisions that need to be made. But Hardik, guys, we know the attitude there, the belief in himself, the belief in his team, and the amazing things that he can pull off under pressure is outstanding. So it's good to have him there as captain, a bit of consistency. Mahela Jayawardene will be the coach once again. But what a great side, guys. Ryan Rickleton up the order with Rohit Sharma. I absolutely cannot wait. Right, left-hand combination. And Will Jacks, really good to see him there. I wanted him at RCB. What a great player. He also offers you a lot of overs with the ball in hand. A lot of people seem to sometimes forget that. He takes key wickets up front. He's a very underrated off-spinner. No mystery there, no X factor, but just a really good bowler who can bowl you overs up front, in the middle overs or at the back end. He always loves taking the ball, and he takes the bull by the horns. But his batting ability is great to watch, and then follow up by Surya Kumar Yadav. I mean, look at that top four, people. Top five, Tilak Varma. Hardik Pandya, top six. Okay, it doesn't stop. It's just a firepower batting lineup, this. And then comes in the stability, the composure, the left arm great, Mitchell Santner. Bumrah might be injured. He might not be ready until April, I think. But Deepak Chahar, Trent Bolt, there is a really good starting 11, guys. I've mentioned all the names. Namandir, I forgot about. Also adding value as a really good bat and bowler. Guys, this is a good team. I feel they will go all the way. Maybe not winning. That's a tough call, but they will make the knockouts, in my opinion. Spin bowling department may be a bit of a concern, but remember they play at the Wankhede Stadium, which doesn't take a lot of turn. And they just need to think on their feet when they are traveling. But it's crucial for them to make the Wankhede Stadium a fortress, as I've mentioned so many times before. I'm pretty sure you guys are tired of hearing that by now. But the big concern to me is Jasprit Bumrah. If he's not there, I will not tip them to make the knockouts. But with him there, and that's how big of an impact he can have, I feel they will go all the way and be there at the back end of the tournament. So they are definitely expecting a better season. It's been disappointing the last few seasons for them, but I believe this year might be different. Quickly have a look from last year then, as I've covered the teams like that from 1 to 10. Obviously, KKR, defending champions, having a fantastic tournament. But the most important thing is they finished well. They had fuel in the tank at the back end. That is what happened last year. This year brings new challenges and a new year, and I absolutely cannot wait to get glued in front of my TV screen this coming Saturday to watch RCB upset KKR, the defending champs, over there at Eden Gardens. Commbox then, guys, let's move on to some questions. I asked you guys to give me your comments with regards to the IPL. Which teams will qualify? Which 4 teams will qualify for the playoffs? I briefly gave you some hints with regards to MI. I feel MI will be there. I definitely feel RCB will be there, as they have a fantastic balance in that side. And then Gujarat Titans, I tipped them as well, as you guys would have picked up. And then last but not least, I do feel with the momentum and the confidence, the positive vibes from the defending champions, KKR, I feel will be there. So there's my 4 teams that I feel will make the playoffs. And I'm going to have to remember that now, moving into the rest of the tournament, because it's very easy halfway through the tournament to go, but CSK playing well. And when someone asks you, all of a sudden, I sneak them in there. No, I'll stick to my 4. That's my 4. And that's who I believe will be there at the back end of the tournament. Which would be harder challenge for MI, pace on swinging track or CSK spin on spin-friendly wickets. I think CSK, guys, very, very tough to go over there to the Chepauk Stadium with MS Dhoni's presence, with the skills of Jadu and Ashwin coming together again. Oh, man, it just sounds like a headache. So that's your answer from me. And which is the most balanced and least balanced team, according to you, AB? Also, which team do you think could be a threat to RCB this year? I mean, all teams are threats. That is the honest truth, and that's the beauty of the IPL. There's no one team that's really, really weak. All of them have superstars in the lineups, and it's very difficult to say. But so everyone poses a threat to everyone. So that is your answer with regards to RCB. But remember, as I spoke about RCB, I mentioned hometown. Chinnaswamy, they have to play good cricket there. Whether they make it turn or make it go fast, high scoring, low scoring, I don't care. They have to win games of cricket at least 80% plus at home. That's what the past teams have done, the teams that have won it. All right, so that is my the long and the short to that. The most balanced team, in my opinion, Gujarat Titans, with a close second, RCB. And the least balanced side, tough to say. I think LSG look like they're struggling with the balance in their lineup. All right, I've just watched the unbox, says Gurav Shah, the event for RCB, that is. That wasn't this week. The fans chanting ABD, ABD. Any question? And my question is, are you happy with the squad? So thanks for that. I watched this video, I heard the chants, and it honestly took my breath away. Absolutely crazy to think that the fans still remember me. It makes me want to go there and just join the squad and give a bit of positive energy to the team. But I do feel they are ready this year, guys, and I love the balance of the team. I've mentioned that many times before now. I really feel they had a good auction, a very strategic auction. They got a lot of good experienced seam bowlers in this lineup now. They cover the spin department fairly well, and the batters, we know what the batters are capable of. Rajat Patidar as captain. I think it's going to be a really good season for them. Hopefully they have fuel in the tank for the knockout stages, as I believe they will be in the knockouts this year. To all my RCB fans out there, to finish things off this week, I thought I'll just add a special touch to this week's episode. I found this on X. I'm going to be honest about it. I typed in there a good phrase for my RCB supporters this coming season. Navu geleteve, yelarenu mereseteve. To all the fans that don't understand that, we will win and we will surpass. Guys, that is all for the IPL preview of this week. When I see you again, the IPL will be going strong. As we know, the opening game is this coming Saturday, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Hopefully, RCB will start the campaign well. Imagine a away win against the defending champions to start the campaign. I don't think there is a better way to start the tournament for them. So all focus on that opening game for RCB. Like, share, and subscribe as always, guys. Hit that bell notification. And thank you very much for joining me in this week's 360 show. It's all IPL time now. Let's go. Take care. Have a wonderful week. Bye now.